Never let it be said that I don't give the audience what they want. Hardcore Mahjong action.井出Yosuke Meijin no Jissen Mahjong is a bit of a funny one too. It's our first Mahjong game with a celebrity endorsement. As you might guess,井出Yosuke was a popular Mahjong player. He wrote quite a few books on the subject, and he lent his name to a lot of Mahjong games, only 2 of which were on the Famicom and by Capcom. The game also came with a specialty controller which was kind of similar to arcade Mahjong games. And the controller is required to play the game. Now you might think it's kind of pathetic to own a Mahjong controller for the Famicom, but I'd say what's really pathetic is to own 2 of the same Mahjong controller for the Famicom. I bought one controller on its own so I'd be able to record this video, and then ordered a cheap boxed copy of the second game so I got another controller. Mahjong is a popular set building game, where typically you want to build sets of 3 or runs of 3 out of the tiles. It's very similar to Rummy. The variation played in Japan is Richi Mahjong, and it has a set of very specific hands that you have to build in order to go out.井出Yosuke's Mahjong game feels very full-featured. The first menu option is Actual Mahjong, where you play against a computer in a 2-player match. There are some very extensive options there to set up your own house rules. The third menu option is for a Mahjong quiz, where you're asked what tile you want to throw away, given a particular game situation. I did not score highly at that. The middle option is the real meat of the game. It's for Tournament Mahjong, and there you'll play a series of 2-player matches against different computer opponents. I didn't see any way to continue this one, so you could have to play this mode for quite a while to complete a tournament. So I guess the big question is, how well does the controller work? And you know, it's pretty good. It does mean that the game doesn't hold your hand quite as much as some of the previous Mahjong games we've seen, though it does highlight tiles when you're able to draw from the other player's discard. It did take me a couple moments to figure out how to make the additional bet when you're 1 tile away from completing a hand, or how to reveal my hand once I've completed it. One thing about Richi Mahjong is that you don't have to show that you've won once your hand is complete. You could always keep drawing tiles and try to go for a higher scoring hand. I'm nowhere near good enough at Mahjong to even try that, though. As for the computer opponents, but I didn't see any real signs of heavy cheating on their part. No declaring that they're about to go out on the 3rd tile drawn or anything like that. As an utter novice at Mahjong, I found井出Yosuke Meijin no Jissen Mahjong to be a pretty enjoyable Mahjong game. Having a better interface definitely helps. It's not quite as beginner-friendly as Nintendo's Mahjong, but if you've made it over that tiny initial hump, I think this one's the better choice.